And welcome in everyone to another edition of the BIS podcast, broadcasting live on the Marvin Network, where our goal is to bring you updates in local government technology and to mix in a little bit of fun as well. Well, folks, it's just about time for the holiday season, and we have some great deals that we have going on here at BIS, especially on the hardware side of things. And here to talk with us about that today is our own hardware specialist, Jay Williams. Jay, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, Josh. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you, man, for being on today. I know this is a busy time for you at the end of the year, so I appreciate you taking the time and joining us here on the podcast. I think this is the first time we've had you on here.
This is my first time. I'm a newbie to the podcast.
A newbie, we break you in, and hey, we're glad that you could be on with us here today. So, hey, man, thank you for being on with us, and I know we got some great deals on some hardware that we'll talk about here on the podcast today. And first off, Jay, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of your story as you're the newbie, as you say, here on the podcast. And we always ask our first-time guests to tell us a little bit about themselves and how you came to BIS.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, my name is Jay Williams. I'm the IT program supervisor for BIS. I actually wanted to work here for quite a number of years. I came on as a procurement specialist, so I was working the warehouse and doing all the hardware orders, which is essentially what I'm doing now. But now I'm in a supervisor role, so I manage all the jobs. I manage my own team now of on-site technicians, and I still handle all the hardware sales and all the IT services as well. So it's been a great learning experience. I get to work with some of the best people in the world, and then our clients are really what make BIS fun. So I'm getting a great relationship with them, and it's been great. A little bit about me: I'm a father of three. I play music on the side, so I write my own music. That's kind of a guilty passion of mine. And then I just like to spend time with my family. So those are the three biggest things I do. I'm kind of a low key guy. So just spending time with my family, making music, and working at BIS. So that pretty much compiles who I am.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, a little bit more about Jay right quick. He is a big Dallas Cowboys fan like myself. Now, I know that's kind of hard saying right now, but hey, I think by the time this airs, maybe something can be in the works a little bit, and maybe we're doing better by the time this goes on the airways. But hey, Jay, you're an awesome guy, and as you said, when you came here to BIS, you really transformed the inventory part of it and the hardware sales. I mean, you've done a great job in really kind of in a way creating that role and growing it to now what it is. And Jay, to kind of start us off a little bit, what are some things we have going on right now in the hardware department? As you mentioned, now you're in that supervisor role. What have you kind of taken from your experience and now applied it to that department?
Mostly just processes, to be honest with you. Cleaned up a lot of the processes. I really focused on turnaround time, making sure the clients have the hardware that they order and meet their needs in a timely fashion. So we've really, really turned around the turnaround time back there. So we're staying on top of that, trying to get the PCs in, built out, shipped out, or delivered to the client as quickly as possible. So that's one of my biggest focuses, is making sure the client satisfaction stays very, very high. And I think the best way of doing that is delivering great service with a great attitude, and then also just making sure you do it in a timely fashion. And the guys here do a great job of that. So I'm just overseeing that, making sure the processes stay in place. And our warehouse technician's been doing a phenomenal job of kind of implementing or continuing to implement what we set forth.
And everyone has done a great job in that aspect, Jay. And now that we have, as we said, the end of the year coming up, holidays are right around the corner. We got some deals coming up here at BIS that we're offering. And, one of the big deals we do here at BIS on the hardware side of things is our Black Friday sales. And Black Friday will be coming up before we know it. So, Jay, what are some of those deals that we have kind of in the works for Black Friday and the end of the year?
Oh, yes. I'm actually very excited about this year. So I was actually able to catalog a bigger catalog. That's two catalogs. I'm just playing. But I was actually able to list more this year. So our catalog's way bigger. We have a few workstations on sale right now. So your typical standard Optiplex, the model right now is the 720, and that's a small form factor. So what you're typically used to seeing in offices, they retail for around $1,250 to $1,300, depending on the specs. This is a normal i5 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs storage. We got it on sale for $1,050, so it'll save you a couple $100 this holiday season, which is nice. And then I was able to get another one, which is a little higher spec, same Optiplex 720, but this one has an i7 processor, 32 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabyte storage. and that one's $1,850 on sale right now. And that retails typically around $2,300 to $2,400. So two really, really good deals in the workstation departments. We have quite a few laptops as well. So I was able to list three different models of the laptops. We have the baseline, which is the 3550 Latitude. That's an i7, 16 gigs, 250 gigs storage. That's on sale for $1,100. They retail anywhere between $1,550 and $1,650. And then I have the mid-tier Latitude, which is the 5550. I have one that's an i5, 16 gigs, 256 gig SSD. So that's your storage. That's going to be $1,250, retail around $1,800. There's so many model laptops on here. I think we have four total. So it kind of fits whatever budget you're working with and actually meets the spec requirements. So if you're looking for something a little high powered, we have that. And if you just middle of the pack, we have that as well. I also have quite a few monitors on sale. So we have the 24-inch monitors. Those are the Dell 24-inch monitor. The model number is the P2425H. Those retail around $235. We got a price of $215 currently. Then I have the 27-inch monitors on sale for $260. And then if you want to go big or go home, the 34-inch curved monitors, the really, really nice ones, those are on sale for $790. And those usually come in around $800, $850. So there's quite a few things on sale that I'm really, really excited about. Obviously, we can work with you guys, and if you're interested in any of these, we can get these deals until the end of the month, and that's November 30th. So I think that's when the deals will expire. So very, very excited. There's a few accessories on there as well. So the catalog will release when it releases. You can look through there, just check it out. And if you're interested, you guys can reach out to me, and I'll get you a quote.
Awesome, Jay. And Jay said, the deals will expire at the end of this month in November on the 30th. So make sure you jump on that. Now, Jay, will there be anything going forward into December a little bit, or is it too early to say?
It's too early to say. Normally, we can submit a request for specials at the first of the month. I plan to have something in December as well. Right now, it's too early to tell because they don't release those. But I was able to get these deals for the entire month of November, and typically it's only 15 days. So we get 15 days of good deals, sales deals for the month of November, but we were able to extend it to 29 days, for November, which is great. So it started on the 2nd and it's going all the way until till November 30th. So we got a few extra days for the November special. So we're really, really trying to save our clients as much as we can and deliver some really quality, great products.
As Jay talked about, we are more than willing to work with you and your budget. So make sure you contact Jay. Send us an email at sales@bisconsultants.com, or you can email Jay as well at jwilliams@bisconsultants.com, or give us a call as well, 800-247-9045. And Jay, before we kind of sign it off today, I love the deals we have going on till the end of this month. What, in your opinion, Jay, or what in your humble opinion, makes BIS the choice for hardware needs for local government?
Oh yeah, great question, Josh. In my humble opinion, I think the easing your mind. So whenever you order something, it's coming from a quality vendor. We also inspect all the items when they come in. So if you order a monitor, it's been inspected. If you order a workstation, well, we set it up for you. So whenever you buy a PC from BIS, we do all the updates. So Dell Command updates, we run Windows updates. We install basic applications for you. So we spend about 2 hours per machine on each PC before it even leaves our office. So if you're doing a remote setup, then before we ship it to you, we're spending about 2 hours per machine just to get it initially set up. So it's been quality checked, it's been visually inspected. And then lastly, I think just the smooth installs. So worry-free upgrades, smooth installs, even if it's a remote install. So you don't have to question if all your data is going to be transferred. BIS has you covered in pretty much every aspect of the upgrade or the replacement procedure here.
Awesome to hear, Jay. And tell you what, folks, that's why we call him our hardware specialist, because he's got everything going on. He runs that department so smooth, and we've got some great deals going on this month in November. So jump on those Black Friday sales. Again, those will go on until the end of this month, November 30th. Now, Jay, just before we kind of sign things off, if people are wanting to put in on that day, on the 30th, they are able to get those deals, correct?
Yes, as long as I place the order and I get the signed estimate on the 30th, I can place the order on the 30th and we were good to go. So I'm literally going to keep going until the last minute on the 30th to make sure the clients get what they need.
Awesome to hear, man. Again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day, Jay, to join us here on the podcast. And first time on, you did a great job. And thank you for explaining, what we got going on and also the great job that you do for us here at BIS.
Thanks so much, Josh. I appreciate you guys having me.
Hey, no problem at all, man. We look forward to it again. Thank you so much, folks, for tuning in to another edition of the BIS podcast. We've been broadcasting live on the Marvin Network. For Jay Williams, I'm Josh Green, saying until next time, so long and goodbye.